What's up, y'all? What's up? Happy Friday. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Share this live. Hashtag if you're watching a replay. Hashtag if you're a new follower. I appreciate each and every one of y'all who always come and shows love and support to my page, okay? I have something to talk about because I just had a conversation. Y'all know a lot of the stuff I think about comes from things that I talked about that day, or people I come in contact with and we have a conversation or whatever the case may be. But I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about making up your mind, okay? And this right here, let me just go and put the warning sign up. What's the warning sign? It's like a triangle, right? A warning sign. Do, 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 do. This is not for sensitive people, okay? All right, so let's get into it, y'all, okay? Make up your mind, okay? And I say that because every day we're all faced with choices. Yes or no? Let me know, okay? You can either keep living the same way you've been living, or you can decide that you're going to do something about it, okay? Let's talk about a few points, right? Number one, the power of decision, okay? Nothing changes in your life until you decide that you're going to make the change, okay? We're talking about success. We're talking about freedom and elevation. It starts with one choice. Hey, Angela. Okay? But I want y'all to know that you don't need to wait on the perfect time. You can't wait on the perfect time because there's no such thing as the perfect time. You have to decide today that this is what you want to do. Whatever that is, whatever is holding you back from whatever it is that you want to do, you have to make that decision. Remember, make that decision. We have two paths, but one choice. No matter what's going on, we always got two paths with one choice. Just think about it. Think about your life, right? You can either do it or you don't. You can go this way and this result, or you can go this way and get this result, right? Either way, when you choose a path, of course, we don't know what the results are gonna be, but you need to make a decision on which one you're gonna take so that you can learn from it or either grow from it, right? Path one, you can either keep struggling, complain about struggling, keep wishing, hoping, praying, and watching others win. Or path two, you could decide to do something about it. You can step into growth. You can step into wealth. You can step into opportunities and even a better lifestyle for yourself just from making a decision. So you need to ask yourself, right? Which path will you be choosing? Will you be choosing the path of continuing to live the life that you live, or the path of changing, right? And going a different direction, right? Now, the second point I want to talk about is the cost of staying the same. And I sit here and I think about it because I remember, right? It didn't click for me, y'all, until my early 30s. I was struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. I was working multiple jobs and just trying to figure it out. And I was repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. And the cost of staying the same for me, y'all, the struggle never went away because I kept ignoring it. I kept ignoring the struggle and just settling with the struggle, right? It multiplied for me, right? And I say it multiplied for me because I ended up having a child, right? I ended up going through divorce. I ended up staying at my cousin's house because I couldn't afford my own rent after an incident happened. They let me break my lease because they were in the wrong, of course, but I did not have money for a security deposit on another place to stay. So I had to stay at my cousin's. And it just kept multiplying. Things was getting worse and worse. And it was because I was doing the exact same things over and over again, y'all. I want y'all to think about this, right? Think about where life will be 6 months or a year from now if you don't decide to change something, if you don't decide to make a decision to do something about your current situation. Where would your life be in the next 6 months? Next 6 months, we're going to be in 2026. And something that I always tell people is that if you're already struggling, if you're already in a predicament where you cannot sustain and you don't want to be in the same position next year in 2026, then you need to do something about it. And a lot of times we've already come across opportunities that could possibly help us out of that. But guess what? You don't know because you either listened to somebody else or maybe you did it and you were being lazy and you didn't, do the things that you're supposed to do to be successful. And that's on you. And that tells me you really don't want to change. And a lot of people are scared of change, and we got to get over that, because what you don't want to happen is you go into a situation and then where, guess what? You're not going to be able to sustain it. You know what I mean? So we have to understand that we have to make a decision, and we have to make a decision to move forward and do better for ourselves, especially if you got kids involved. It's not about you anymore. It's about them, right? Let's talk about the freedom of choosing to do better. Okay? Okay, the freedom of choosing to do better, right, Angela? Yes. Okay. Decisions give you direction, because once you decide to do something, you know which way you're going to go. You know what your next step will be, right? But it also gives you clarity and power, especially if you decide to change your situation. I'll never forget the way that I felt when I was like walking around that job, that workplace, and I said, listen, I'm not going to be here long. I just want to let y'all know, I'm not going to be here long. It's okay. Y'all can have this job. Because I had people at that last job I had, they were jealous because I was an outsider who came into the company and got the job that they wanted. So they treated me like crap. I wasn't there to be their friend. And then I ended up being their supervisor at that, right? They was trying to get me fired before I even started my first day of work. Okay? So, and I ain't let it faze me, y'all, because I was like, man, I'm not even worried about it because I ain't even going to be here long. This is not where I'm supposed to be. I had already made up in my mind that I was about to make some changes for myself, because at that time I was a single mom. And what I didn't want is to continue to struggle. I got tired of being on the struggle bus. Tired of it. And so at the same time that I was telling them that, I was also empowering myself. Okay? So I was giving myself clarity and saying that, hey, this is what I'm about to do. And I spoke it onto myself while still being at the job. Said I wasn't going to be here long. Y'all ain't got to worry about me. Y'all can have this job. I ain't going to be here long. I don't know when that time going to come, but when it come, just know I ain't going to be here long. A year later, I was able to leave my job and I pursue entrepreneurship on a full-time basis. And let me tell you, sometimes the road ain't going to be easy, y'all, but it's going to be worth it, because you're progressing and you're moving forward and change is coming. You're going in the right direction and you're going to be able to pursue the things and get the things that you want if you stay on path. And most times people get off path because guess what? It's not easy. And most people want the easy way. It's easy to go clock in and sit at a desk all day. That's what I did. It's easy for you to get a 9-to-5 and stay there for 20 years, 30 years, because guess what? It's already there. You already got it. So you don't want to look for nothing else because you're comfortable. Right? And something Dr. King said, I don't know if it originated from Dr. King, but I remember him saying this, y'all. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just got to take the first step. And a lot of us always worry about the what ifs. And you ain't even took the first step to even see if it's even possible. Right? And that's the other thing, too, in deciding. The what ifs get us. And a lot of times we like, what if we fail? What if I fail? What if I, don't be successful at this? What if I don't? But what if you are successful? What if you don't fail? I don't focus on failures, right? I don't focus on those things, because anything that I do, I'm going to do it to be successful in it. I never walk into something saying, oh, I wonder what the failure rate is. Or, oh, I wonder if I'm going to be able to do this. Oh, I wonder if I'm, how many people failed at this. Or I'm not going into that. Because most times the result is going to be based off of the work that you do. And a lot of people fail at stuff because they lazy. Right? And let's talk about that laziness, because let's talk about accountability. Let's do accountability checks, y'all. Please stop blaming others. Please stop blaming your circumstances. Please stop blaming timing for your inconsistencies, for your doubt, for your laziness. Because guess what? Let's keep it real. We got to do a self-evaluation sometimes, right? So we can't blame circumstances, people, or timing. And a lot of times those are the top 3 people blame of why they can't move on and do something else. Hey, Tonika. Hey, Shelby. Right? And we can't do that. Because the very reason why you think you shouldn't do it, or the very excuse that you say is keeping you from doing whatever it is the very reason why you need to do whatever it is. I tell people that all the time. I can't start this business with you because, I got kids and, I don't have enough time. And that's exactly why you need to get started, because I'm trying to help you get back your time so you can spend even more time with your kids, so that you can get that time freedom back. So you can get that time freedom, shall I say. And most times when I talk to people, I talked to a lady today and she was like, I'm so busy. Da, da, da. And, I just ain't did what I was supposed to do. Da, da, da. I said, okay, well, you know what the problem is. Now you can resolve it. Most people busy because they're not organized. They don't know how to prioritize. I'm telling y'all. But those same people be ready to go see Chris Brown. They make time for Chris Brown, even though Chris Brown ain't think about them. Just that ticket sale money. But they'll make time to go shop. But they'll make time to go do these things. But you can't make time to change your life. Y'all got to understand that you got to own up to the fact that your future is determined and shaped by the choices you make today. What you do this year, I say this to the team, and they'll probably finish that sentence. The work that you do in 2025 will pay you in 2026. So if you're not doing the work in 2025 and you're still putting out the same type of energy in 2025 that you did in 2024, you can't go into 2026 wondering why your life is still the same. Y'all, we ain't got that much of 2025 left. And some of y'all was so hyped for 2026, 2025 to come, and you ain't even did nothing that you said you was going to do. And here we go, about to go into Q4 of 2025, and nothing has changed for you and your family. How long are you going to allow that to happen? How long are you going to be consistently lazy instead of being consistently on your game? Right? You got to get connected to the right people. A lot of y'all hanging around the wrong folks that ain't feeding the right stuff into you. Okay? So y'all been sitting on the fence. Some of y'all been straddling the fence. Some of y'all ain't even near the fence because you're comfortable. And it's time for y'all to get off the fence. It's time for y'all to make some moves, because let me tell you, tomorrow's not promised. It's not. Every day you wait is money wasted. Every day that you wait is an opportunity wasted because you're not taking action. You're not making a decision that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're not making a decision that it's time to change the trajectory of your family situation. You're not making a decision that enough is enough. And that's sad. And you wonder why you're still struggling. And y'all, just tell me where it makes sense that we work so hard on our jobs and we can't even invest in ourselves and pay our bills. What are we working for if we can't pay our bills? Y'all ever figure that out? That's something that it just drew a light bulb to me. And I had to question myself. I said, what the hell is you doing? How is you working 3 jobs and you can't pay your bills? It just don't make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. Tell me where it makes sense. If somebody can make it make sense, put it in the comments. Because it ain't make sense to me. Because I was still having to do plasma. I was still had to make payment arrangements every month for bills. I still was running off of work trying to hurry up and get to the daycare to pick up Melody because I didn't want to get charged for picking her up late. That is not the life that I wanted to live. So I decided to do something about it. I was working so hard, busting my tail for everybody else but myself and my family. I was working for everybody else's last name but my own. I got tired of that. Enough is enough. Y'all need to decide. You need to decide for yourself. You need to decide for your family. And you need to decide for your future. Tired of struggling? Do something about it, y'all. The great thing is, what I did after I got off work, I decided to enter into the travel industry. Okay? Right. Say it again. Okay? I decided to enter the travel industry. And I'm somebody that got my associate's degree in medical assisting. I got my healthcare management degree, right? My bachelor's of science. And I have my MBA, my master's in business administration with a minor in human resources. And I still was broke. I had a salary job, still was broke, girl, okay? So one of the things I did was pursue entrepreneurship full time. I went into social media first. I went into social media coaching. Just social media, really, just managing people's social media. That's what I went into first. Then I found out about travel. And one of the things I wanted to add to my social media business was do destination workshops where I teach entrepreneurs, business owners, how to utilize social media to grow their brands. That's what I really wanted to do. And that's how I stumbled across the travel business. And I came into the travel industry to do specifically just that. That's what I thought. And then I ended up pregnant with my second child, y'all. And that's when I had decided to quit all 3 of my jobs I was working and pursue entrepreneurship full time. So I did not have any corporate income. All I had was the money that supplemented the income that I created within those 3 jobs. I was currently making on that, but I needed more money because I had a second child. So that's when I tapped into the other 7 streams of income that the business offers, the travel business offers, y'all, because I was just getting paid off of the workshops, all of the travel bookings and stuff that I was doing. That was one stream of income, but I didn't realize that there was 7 additional ways I could get paid in the travel industry. I started doing that, y'all. I ended up making 6 figures in my travel business part-time, say it again, in 3 years. And that's having a baby within that part-time and also running 3 other businesses outside of it. Y'all, I'm telling you, if y'all have ever considered being a part of travel, let's have a conversation. No videos, no presentations, just real talk. Ask your questions, real talk, because I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all sleeping on this industry and it could be the very thing that's going to change your life. For real. I found a way. I found a way, y'all. I found a way. And I'm just looking for more people to help. That's it. You don't have to quit your job. Even though I did, you don't have to quit your job to do this. The way that I have it set up, we got people making $300 and $400 extra dollars as soon as they get their business started that next week. Y'all heard me right. Yep. As long as you coachable, you're going to make some money. We are doing something. Shelby is one of the people that I just put on game on what we doing. And when I tell y'all, we got people making money the next week, starting their business, and we get paid every week. And all they got to do is repeat the same thing over again. We got people making 6 figures in 14 months. What? I ain't never made 6 figures in corporate America. Ever. Ever, y'all. So I just wanted to come on here because I know somebody's been watching me. I know somebody's been watching people that are watching this live. It might be somebody tag you on this live that you've been watching them and they've been trying to put you on game. Get back with them. Get back with me if I'm one of the people that you've been watching or invited you and you're seeing this on my page and you want more information. Let's talk. Let's get on a Zoom and just talk. I'm not going to show you no videos. I'm not going to show you no presentation. I'm just going to keep it real. Real transparent with you. We're going to have a conversation. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why this business is exactly what you need. And I feel just like that. And you still might not feel like this is for you, and that's fine. But as long as I've touched you and I gave you some information, I'm good. I did my part. Right? But y'all got to stop just wondering and open your mouth. Right? What everybody say? Ask and you shall receive. You got to open your mouth. You need help. We got ways. I'm not sitting here saying somebody going to pay your way through. They not. They're not. You got to work for everything that you want. You got to work for it. Everything that you want, you're going to have to work for it. And it is what it is. But we got to stop struggling. Hey, Charisma. We got to stop struggling. We got to stop making excuses. We got to stop being lazy. We got to stop being inconsistent. We need to make a decision today that today will be the last day, the very last day that I ever stay in a position where it's going to keep me broke. And you need to start making the steps today to go in that direction. So in 2026, you won't be in the same space. That's all I got for you. So y'all need to hit me up, inbox me. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation and let's get a game plan together for you to win. I'm not talking about y'all coming in here booking no travel. I'm not talking about y'all doing that because it takes too long to make the money if you need money. And this is what I usually tell people. I say, if you need money and you need it like next week, you can make that kind of money. And I can show you how to do it. Yeah, we make good money booking our travels and whatnot. We make real good money booking. Right? Because we get the commissions. We get paid 70% commissions on everything that we book. But I'm telling y'all, this right here, this industry, top notch. It ain't going nowhere. It's recession proof. And you need to be a part of it. We got a money back guarantee too. So if you don't like it, you ain't got to keep it. You don't. But y'all hit me up. Inbox me if you want more information. If you're interested, you just want to hear me out. You ain't like, yeah. So let's talk. Let's talk. Get your questions answered. All right. I appreciate y'all for watching. I definitely, hey, Ramira. So I definitely appreciate y'all for watching. Share this, tag somebody who needs this information. Maybe you know somebody who's looking for some extra income that don't require them to get a second or third job. Maybe you know somebody who is looking, who just need extra bill paid, right? These kids, I was just talking to somebody, these kids got more schedules than we do, right? And more expenses coming out for sports and whatnot than we do. So you can definitely pay for that kind of stuff without having to touch your work income. Let's talk about taking some bills off your table, right? Right. So that you can keep more of your money, your W-2 check, more of that in your pocket into your household, right? Let's talk about how we're going to be able to help you retire in the next 1 to 2 years or whatever your time frame is. It's going to be about how fast or slow you want to go. So I'm telling y'all, I got the blueprint. I got it. We just need to talk. That's it. Let's talk about it. And then you can make a decision from there, okay? I appreciate y'all so much all the time. I was like, I need to go live. I think the last time I went live was Sunday or Monday. I don't know. But yes, I'll be going live tomorrow. I'm actually going to be in Augusta, Georgia tomorrow. So if anybody's in Augusta, Georgia, hit me up. Because we're probably going to go eat all kind of stuff, okay? But if you're in Augusta, Georgia, hit me up because I will be there. Next weekend, I will be in Dallas, okay? Be in Dallas. I'm going to make a little flyer so I can put these dates out. But next weekend, I'm going to be in Dallas. The next week after that, I'm going to be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So if you're in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, whatever, I'm going to be there. The next weekend after that, I'm going to be in Norfolk, Virginia and Richmond, Virginia. Okay? So the next weekend after that, I'm going to be here in Atlanta. I got events happening all day that weekend. So y'all, I'm telling y'all, playtime's over. We getting to work. The New Year's coming. The holidays coming. Who don't need some money? We all do. The holidays is coming. Ain't no need for the holidays to make y'all broke this year. Come on over here and get your money. Come get your money, okay? Y'all have a great day. Peace.